everybody, welcome back to FTL Mod Season 3. Still playing with the Lanius Destroyer from Federation Scum, who has once again joined me on this video. But if you recall last episode, I sort of lost track of time and it was just one giant big episode sort of thing. So now we're going to be seeing the second part of that. Okay. Everyone lived. Now, getting shields back in time is going to be an entirely different story.
Yeah, this is one of those bomb-like artilleries. I wonder what the timer is on that, actually. Like, just how long you have before it actually hits.
I don't know, I'm just happy that it says warning, incoming strike. So now I'm going to have to jump with shields destroyed. Good thing there's a store there, which doesn't mean you're safe, though. Alright. Good.
Yeah, cruiser hanging out. He's like, this is the RS going shoe shopping.
So now, of course, comes the time that I realized that I had a defense drone too. Brilliant move there, sports.
I don't see a defense drone too. Those just look like crappy defense drones.
No, but I have one. I bought one already.
Oh, so wait, you bought another one?
Bought one a while ago, but I forgot that I had it.
Well, now you know.
No.
I don't know, I'm kind of curious why it wasn't automatically added to the drone list, which is usually what happens. Or what? No, I can see it. Never mind. You sold the ion intruder.
Yeah.
Undercutting it.
I don't know, it just seems like the boarding drone is more useful, and once you get a lot of crew in, it loses even more of its finesse, or if that's even the correct word.
Yeah, possibly. Really depends, honestly. I mean, it still has uses. Boarding drone is more direct, but the thing about boarding drone is that if they have a med bay or a clone bay, it loses a lot of its luster very quickly because it's not going to strategize with you well enough to take care of it. But an ion intruder can counter them potentially if it happens to land where you want it to, in the general area where the med bay is or whatever. That's one thing it has over the boarding drone that can be very important in the early strategy of the ship. But by this point, I guess I can let it slide because you have weapons. And you got a good host of weapons.
I do. Uh-oh, you're gonna kill him. Not good. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can take out that med bay, huh? Nope. Let's try again.
I would be very careful. Look at a multi-firing
Yeah.
personnel.
Alright, we're good. Who's injured? You. Are you injured? Yes, get in there as well. Ah, they fixed it already, damn it. Small bomb it is. Do not hit the teleporter room, please. Good. Power conduits will throw.
That's rather peculiar.
What?
There's no pirated versions of Lanius ships.
Well,
Not even in Captain's Edition.
Well, they are supposed to be the new thing, everything that's now the hype and stuff. So, it makes sense that they aren't pirated yet. I guess.
I guess it would not be fair to say they didn't put in extra Lanius ships. They basically gave them B variants.
Combining that with Lanius ships usually not having oxygen supply, it kind of makes it hard for a pirate crew to, take one.
I guess so. It wouldn't be impossible. I mean, if they can install med bay on their ships, what makes it think that they could install oxygen? You know. I mean, I guess it depends on the context. I mean, I've made several Lanius ships so far that, in their context, were adapted for use with other races. Coercion, for instance, although coercion's history makes it very, like it makes it so you can't really use that with as a pirate or whatever because it's supposed to be a special project with special parameters to protect its secrecy and whatnot. So if it was captured, it would probably self-destruct or something like that.
You know. Alright. Good thing I got that defense drone. Brilliant.
Well, you got destroyed.
It stopped the missile. It already missed, but it still stopped it with its face. And now we're just getting shot at by missiles. Brilliant.
You have the worst luck with these drones.
Yeah, I know, that's just the way I roll. Well, he's out of missiles. Now we just got an ion left.
Dual missile launcher. Yeah, that's just so pretty. Jeez. See, that's the thing. Missiles are almost always going to be for the enemy's benefit because they don't care they only have 10 missiles or that they basically just wasted their entire missile supply and didn't destroy the ship. The only the only thing that matters to them is that they hurt you.
We
They're like
didn't
Khan
finish
from
you
Star
off, but
Trek
it
2.
took away a chunk of your health.
I can almost imagine, like, the commander of the ship, like, getting on a comm with you, and he's like, I've done far worse than kill you. I've hurt you.
Yeah. You're gonna remember that 4 hull I took away from you when you end up being dead.
Oh, you didn't get the reference at all?
Mm,
You never watched the Wrath of Khan, the Star Trek movie?
no, I didn't.
That's blasphemy.
Probably is. But I can do one more. I can do one worse, actually. Apparently, it's even more blasphemous that I've never watched Firefly.
I've never watched Firefly either, but that's like more of an obscure series, I would say. But then again, people have got their fair share of like into that show. I don't know. I've researched it before. Like I was just kind of curious what the hype was about. It's basically like United States and China make a world government that can that's a humanity's government in space basically, and it's like the Wild West meets the space frontier. So it's got like that kind of theme going on, and I remember these guys who are supposedly like these animalistic, cannibalistic creatures that are basically humans. And I don't know what happens to them. Maybe they're infected by a virus. Maybe they're just psychotic. But basically, they drape the flesh of their victims on the hulls of their ships, and they pirate other ships and eat them and all that good stuff.
But you got a similar event like that on FTL with Mantis ship and Rockman.
Yes. Yeah, he has the pieces of rock people on his ship, and you can have your rockman talk to the Ventus crew for some reason. Like I don't know why the hell you would do that.
God.
He's like, hey, see that over there? Why don't you go ahead and say a few swear words to the captain before we blow their ship off, okay?
Yeah, basically. What's the point in buying a defense drone if it just gets shot up anyway?
Well, you seem to be the only person who ever has to deal with that, unlike, I guess, Style SRJ has to deal with that too. It's never really happened commonly enough with me. So thus, I am very biased.
Okay, you got one more mine incoming. For the love of God, destroy this one. Nope. Yep, there he goes. Man, he was turning it into a freaking staring contest.
Oh, it's a cloaked one, isn't it?
Yeah, but a defense 2 can target it. Or it should be able to target it.
It looked like it destroyed it to me. I saw it was nearly about to hit the starboard half of the ship.
It's weird. You can set drones to avoid enemy fire, or at least give them a chance to do so, and it's never used.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they thought it was more organic. I mean, maybe they thought, oh, remember that time your defense drone got destroyed and you got bombarded by a breach missile in your pilot's room? That was fun.
But why give us the tag to make drones not killable if you're not going to put it in the game yourself? I mean, another scrapped thing, but it got added with the AE update because drone combat wasn't a thing before. So,
It's hard to say. I mean, maybe they thought it was too powerful. I mean, I guess some drones were actually too powerful. Combat Drone 2 used to be great as far as I can hear, anyway.
it wasn't that bad.
Now it's just good. But the thing is, good is not enough of a justification to pay 4 power to a drone.
I have to take a quick break here because I don't trust long videos. Alright, let's keep this party going. Miss. What did it say? Oh, we're still in combat. That explains it. Flag. Probably not gonna get out of here before the thing hits. Well, I won't be destroying the ship before the PDS lands.
Why is that though? You have 4 engine. I mean, it may not be the fastest, but you'd still have like from what I can see, it is nearly charged.
I moved the Lanius out of a room where a bomb's gonna hit into another room that's gonna have a bomb. Oh my goodness.
Considering your health situation, you probably would be best to run. If you start seeing a 500 kilometer indicator, that's probably the best time to get the fuck out because it'll only take like a few more seconds before it hits.
Well, if it's the one with kilometers, I usually take quite a while because it actually just says evacuate in giant letters, and that's usually when I get out. With the beam, I'm actually not sure.
It usually gives you the charge rate, and if it's like 100%, that's probably the best indication that it's about to fire. Or actually, it immediately fires when it gets close to it.
I think it just immediately fires when it hits 100. So,
Yeah.
time to go. This is all so weird. On your ship is hailed. Look who we have here. You must be incredibly stupid to come to our doorstep. We'll give you one chance to get out of this alive. Hand over your ship's control to us and surrender. Power of the weapons, surrender, or man's crew pretend you want to parley and have your man's ambushed in rebel negotiators to facilitate an escape.
How many times have you encountered this specific rebel station? Like, it seems like you encounter this one quite often.
I think this is the one that can end up in an instant kill. If you surrender and surrender again, it's game over.
Yeah.
Let's take the blue option, because I'd rather not fight it. The rebels agreed to send an unarmed negotiation, and their shuttle docks. You're unsurprised that 4 fully suited up rebel marines exit instead. Calmly walk up towards you. Suddenly, your man's screamer bursts out of a nearby cargo crate. Continue. With the elements of surprise on the side, a man slices the boarders to pieces before they can even reach for their comms. The whole operation give you enough time to charge the FTL drive, and the rebel station isn't reacting yet. This is your chance to escape. Yeah, we can just run. Because whilst artillery weapons like the one this ship has, and by that I mean the enemy ship, works pretty well on their end, I have it miss more often than you could think about. Makes no sense because it has the same dodge chance as any other weapon, but for me, it seems like it misses more than any other weapon. Which is a problem when your weapon is a one-hit wonder.
More or less.
Oh, my Zoltan exploded somewhere along the line. Oh well.
Hey, that's curious. What happened? I actually lost attention. I didn't realize that the Zoltan was actually dead.
That Boaty could be
Now I have to
vital
think
towards the
back.
Raven. Yeah.
Was he hit by a bomb by any chance?
Could have been. I know he was on low health and I was planning on sending him over for healing, but apparently he died.
Yeah. I guess he got hit by that drone that was pestering your crew.
Could be, yeah. Don't even know if I'm going to need the defense drone too, but just in case it's out. Got plenty of drone parts to go around anyway.
That appears to be a 2 power 4 damage missile. You probably have got 20 seconds or so before it hits.
Yeah, crew's dead. Missile didn't fire.
Good.
Advisory zone. Am I really going into another Zoltan sector? Oh man. Zoltan patrol. Yep. Oh my goodness. Give me more mantis. Tutors on board and plenty of them.
Oh, I'm certainly very well behind. The videos suddenly going into overdrive, trying to catch up.
Where the hell
They
is it?
send 5 orders over, including a rockman.
Yeah, something like that. There was a Zoltan in there as well, I felt. And we're almost done. Just one in piloting, I think.
Don't forget you have airlocks in the hallway, but in the main hallways on either side of the bridge.
Just one more Rockman, I think. Yeah, good. Another catastrophe solved. With doors. Imagine that the enemy ships could start using doors to their advantage. That would be freakishly hellish.
If they had the intelligence to use their doors strategically, they could do a lot of things strategically.
Well,
Like always.
considering none of the enemy ships actually have airlocks.
I don't think it would be impossible to have airlocks on the enemy ships. It's just that the enemy would never use them. It's probably like a matter of, you know what, why bother?
Yeah. There's this one ship that, strange enough, has one airlock. I think it's the Rebel Rigger. I've seen that one spawn with an airlock on occasion.
Perhaps. Did you just say that on weapon systems? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Kind of lost as well. Oh, PDS again. Oh, come on. Stop giving me that crud. Miss, hit, miss.
These Zoltan and their planet PDS, they are unusually aggressive for a race of philosophers.
And that's a maul beam as well. Alright.
Sweet.
Couldn't ask for anything more. Because there goes the engines.
This could be it. If that maul beam hits the piloting too.
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. It's ready to fire again. He's probably going to zap my NG to death. Nope, he hit artillery. Well, the maul beam's gone, but That artillery is coming in. Well, the PDS is coming in hot though.
Indeed. Surprised the maul beam did that much damage, though. I mean, I know it pierces shields, but
It
doesn't
doesn't
know.
pierce shields. It just has
Oh,
standard
well, it
beam
doesn't pierce.
mechanics. It is a 5 damage beam, you know.
Yeah, yeah. The thing is that you have two shields. It should be only doing 3 damage at most, but it does 4.
Shield bubble is probably down.
Urgh.
More borders. Come on.
Rebel Interceptor. Really, when they put that teleporter on a Rebel Rigger class, would it make more
And
sense to
there
put it
goes
on?
the NG. Oh, it was fun having you.
Yeah, if they had teleported anywhere else, you probably could have done an emergency evacuation. But they went right for the jugular.
Mm-hmm. They seem to get lucky a lot with stuff like that. All player bias, apparently, but you know, still, it can't help but wonder what would have happened if. Great, so the one thing that was keeping my ship safe, namely Defense 2 drone, is now also destroyed. Thank you. Hey, is that just a stab in the dark? They gave me a crew member who was excellent at piloting, but it's a Zoltan.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this is the same game that basically states that the pretentious envoy also has weapons training.
I mean, hey, we've got a pilot. It's a Zoltan, the least great class to use as a pilot because the power he gives goes to waste.
Well, I don't know. You think all the Zoltan appreciate being stuck against the wall for like probably months on end? Like, I like to imagine that every jump in a game takes about a day, probably. Like, it takes a long time for a journey to complete across vast star systems. Because the thing is, each beacon is essentially located within a star system or an area that would represent one. So, essentially, it takes quite a while to get between them. Probably like maybe 12 hours to a day each jump. So, in other words, you're spending about 20 days, maybe a little more or a little less, each sector. So you're probably taking about, let's see, 7 times 20. Let's just go for an average. That's 140, and then each month is on average like 30 days. Sometimes 31. In case if it was 29, but we'll just go with 30 for the sake of ease. So that's 4 months, and nearly 4.5 months just to get across 7 sectors. Then again, though, it wouldn't make much sense in the case of the last sector because that's implying that the flagship takes like several days just to get to the base, and it takes you several days to intercept it. But then again, it could work, I guess.
Well, with our last bit of hull, we reach a store.
Please respect the balance of the universe. No.
You can make a lot of money that way if you don't sell that trade good off. Let's see, jump here, move to here, jump here, move to here, jump here, move to here, jump here.
Why would they even agree to pay you money before they receive the goods? That's just silly. You just met these people.
Ooh, this is new. You come to the Zoltan Trade and Supply Hub, everything the weary traveler needs, provided they have the right documentation. Try to tuck your way in, beam directly to the civilian deck, present his official documentation, and pay the entry fee or leave. Beam directly to the civilian deck. Hey! You rematerialize in the dark corner of the main concourse and are able to conduct your investigations in peace. So, Here are the Zoltans who are great at research and everything, and you can just teleport into their base. You're like, hey, yep, here we are. Yeah.
You just teleport to the civilian deck. Hey, get a beard. It's like I'll have one. They're like, where did you come from, stranger? You
Ah,
don't
never
want that.
mind me being here. How's things on this end?
Or they teleport the mantis on the ship, or Lanius, and they're like, oh, that's unusual. Where the hell did you come from? Just Lanius just sucking the air out of the place.
Alright, so now I'm given the option to get a maul beam of my own. Huh?
Probably
Ah,
could.
probably could.
I mean, the great thing about a wall beam, even if it probably wouldn't be recommended to use it like that, is that it can pierce any number of shields, except level 5 shields. But then again, who besides those asshole auto ships is going to have level 5 shields?
Well, I did get it just to see what would happen. I got Flak 1 backing it up, so with a bit of luck I could do 5 damage to one single system with one shot. But and then there's another store. Oh my goodness. Oh no, wait. I just spawned one store. Nope, never mind. So you mentioned the Zoltan peace convoy, didn't you? They hail this is the
Uh,
Zoltan peace convoy. We carry no weapons or shielding and rely on the mercy of others to communicate our message. Hear them out. Yep. Alright. We'll do it. We could get another Zoltan. Because a Zoltan super shield is out of the question.
why would it be?
Because this is Captain's Edition.
Wait, so they removed that possibility?
Yep. Because Super Shield gives you all the diplomatic options that the Zoltan ships have. It's considered a ship specific. Just as Mantis pheromones are removed, rock plating is removed, slug gel's removed. They now give different rewards.
I guess that makes sense. Because this is like one of the only ships I got a Zoltan shield with. Aside from Stealth Sea.
Stealth Sea is such a cruddy ship.
That's one of it's a very difficult ship to get going, to say the least, but once it actually does, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I
The
don't
thing
know.
is, it's supposed to have cloaking to go with it. And cloaking and defense drone, shield drone, and what else? Actually, how many system slots does it have? I'm trying to remember. I think it comes pre-equipped with
The
a.
stealth ships have two, I think. Three.
No, I think in the case of no, yeah, it doesn't come with shields, right? So you get the shields, you get cloaking, you get a defense drone to go with your shield drone, and what else? I guess hacking maybe. Hacking could possibly is a very good defensive. Uh, it can be a very good defensive tool as well. Mind control and teleporter are more offensive in nature than defensive. So basically, if you have all these defenses in place, you are actually in a very good position, a very good defensive pivot.
You might as
Like
well just
even
get cloaking on a Sultan ship. I mean, thinking you.
yes, but then again, as Zoltan ship, you have to remember the shield drone will bring your shield back periodically. I mean, after the shield's gone, it's gone for the rest of the battle. I mean, even one Zoltan shield layer makes a huge difference. I mean,
True, especially during stuff like the pulsars. But I think you're still better off getting five straight out of the gates rather than getting one every now and then.
yeah, you never know. I mean, you mostly have to go without it for the most part, and usually having one Zoltan shield bubble when the enemy has a missile launcher, and you have cloaking, and you have a defense drone. The Zoltan shield bubbles, and the defense drone can take out missiles while your cloaking is recharging. And then when you need to stall and dodge some more, you just go cloaking. And if you hacking, well, you're just rubbing salt into the wound, because then you can just hack their weapons and make sure they can never fire ever again. Because you'll hack it, they'll try to recharge, you'll cloak, and then your hacking will be recharged. You activate that again while cloaking is charging. It's like a never-ending cycle, and it's extremely powerful as a defensive pivot. So you have all these perimeters, these layers of defense that the Stealth C can get potentially, and that makes it possibly the most defensive ship in the game. But getting to that point
Yeah,
is
that's a
the
different thing. Anyway, yeah, a perfect example, right? Although your methods are crude and most certainly ineffective, it is clear that you took our previous meeting to heart. If your ship represents Federation willingness to adapt, we shall do what we can to aid in their fight. 65 and a Paraton missile launcher.
This is a crappy missile, just to prove our point. It's like in Deus Ex, where you basically go non-lethal. And normally what happens, you go talk to the armory guy, Sam Carter, and what he'll do, if you decide to go gung-ho and start killing everyone, he won't give you ammunition from the armory. But if you go non-lethal, and you basically voice your questions about UNACO, go like, oh, I don't understand why police organizations are all about killing people. He'll go like, here's some, how about an extra ammo clip? I trust you'll know when to use this or the lockpick I gave you, and when the situation calls for it. And then basically, I'm guessing it's supposed to be like, oh, you won't be tempted by this. You'll just keep doing what you're doing rather than loading an assault rifle and murdering people. I guess that's the kind of message it's going for. If I had to give some kind of justification for this.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're praying for peace and stuff, and then you give me a missile launcher. I mean, that's kind of kicking in your own, well, throwing in your own windows.
Yeah, definitely could be make a lot more sense, but whatever. Yes, I mean that's the Sultan way. They like to prove that they like to make it out that they're superior, and they go like, oh, he'll obviously be tempted by this. He's just a feeble human mind. There's no way he won't do this.
Yes, we will test him.
Yeah, and you know what I would do? And they're like, you know what, smartass? How would I use this on you? It's not like you can do shit about it.
Because apparently you don't have weapons, and actually if you attack them, they don't have weapons.
Yeah, I heard about that. I never attacked them because why would you pass up a free Zoltan shield, you crazy bastard?
Well, neither did I, but I think I saw someone do it, and I was like, oops.
No, that's just silly. The funny thing about these rock ships that I've noticed is that the rock ships are actually really huge. Like, they have a lot of space compared to other ships. Even their smallest ship, the Rock Scout or the Rock Interceptor, which is... Or is it? No, actually, never mind. This is the second one. This is the frigate vessel. The Corvette is like the one with a tail end kind of appearance. But even still, this ship has enough room for about... Let's see, in this particular one, there's like 10 rooms, which is usually like the standard size for a frigate vessel. But it has enough room for 2 extra rooms, pretty much. So we're going to have 12 rooms, which is one more than what the Lanius bombers can have. Now, the Lanius bombers you can stuff quite well, but still. Rock Assault, though, the Rock Assault you can overfill with rooms, which is not necessarily the best thing to do because when you start filling in rooms, it's like there's a layout on top of a ship, and you can't see the ship.
Yeah.
But yeah, this right here, this ship is actually a pretty good example. But then again, it has the same capacity as a Lanius Scout, but then you look at its wings and you realize, oh, I could probably put 2 more rooms in there. So it can actually have 9 rooms altogether, and it probably wouldn't look that bad still. I mean, it would still be within the constraints of the show. I always thought that was kind of intriguing.
Oh, once again, my defense drone got shot down.
One thing I haven't really studied is the crystal ship design. I mean, the only crystal ship you ever get to study in detail in a regular playthrough is obviously the
Your own.
the Crystal Cruiser, which is like freaking massive in size.
And has a layout that just goes, whatever.
With a layout that's just kind of there. I mean, they could go with any layout they wanted. They could have the most unintuitive layout possible, and it would still fit in that ship. Although I do admit, I do appreciate the Crystal B's layout because it actually tries to imply, what the shape of the ship is implying. But in regards to the smaller crystal ships, though, it actually kind of surprised me just how small the scout was. The scout is actually literally like the same size as this Lupton scout, and the frigate is. I think the frigate's about the same size as a rock interceptor.
Something like that, yeah. Alright, level 3 shields are a go, and so is level 3. Huh, speaking of crystals. Ancient devices orbiting within the crystal rings of a nearby gas giant. Scrap it.
Scrap. Yeah, let's just take ancient ruins and just try to destroy.
Wow, this thing looks beautiful. Let's take it apart. Okay.
Would it not make more sense to capture it and sell it at a store?
Yes, but why bother when you can just scrap it for immediate advantage?
Because that's just silly. Actually, speaking of crystals, there is actually a ship that you can capture in rock sectors where it's basically a crystallized rock vessel.
Yep.
It has like the blue hull rating. It says we're carrying a special diplomat, and you look at there and there's a crystal in there. It's like, oh my goodness, it's a crystal. He looks so beautiful. Nothing ever positive comes out of that because their first response is to shoot and ask questions later because, that's a perfectly rational thing to do when you're an advanced spacefaring civilization. You just kill everything.
Yeah, of course.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. I'm gonna get that teleporter operative.
Whoa!
Actually, no. It'll be on there.
I just paused at the most brilliant moment.
Let's see. The beam just hit the clone bay.
Where's my crew?
And everybody is outside the ship. So literally, they jumped out a nearby airlock.
That's what it said. When you teleport damage and know where to fix it, you take one of the enemy shuttles to return to your own ship.
Maybe they are in the shuttle, but maybe I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to see that. That's supposed to be on the ship. But
Yeah.
then again, where are they going to be on the ship? Now that I think about it. Okay, they didn't land in the fire, which is nice. That would have been silly.
Wait, I'm missing someone?
Nope, he's underneath someone.
Oh yeah. How the hell did that happen? That clearly was not supposed to happen.
Sometimes that happens for no. I can't really figure out why. You gotta want to activate your oxygen in full power because you're losing air really fast.
I tend to forget about air.
Yes, it's so easy to get, apparently. See, this is what happens when we finally have the ability to make oxygen on our own. We're like, fuck it. It's not like
Air's
we need it all the time,
overrated.
right?
True enough. Apparently the same
The
goes for my
Lanius.
engines.
The Lanius are probably looking at it as like, why the hell would you have this substance that's very flammable all over your ship? That's just a recipe for disaster, my friend.
Yep. Well, we're almost at the end of Sector 5. That's the furthest I've ever gotten with one of these ships. Then again, I've only played them once, so, no restarts or anything. And we get boarded again. Alright. Well, you casually make your way over to there.
You've encountered this particular model of rock ship quite a bit. Like this same exact layout.
Mm-hmm. Are defense drones too actively prioritizing missiles now?
Probably, because asteroids aren't really going to do a whole lot if you have proper shielding. Missiles, on the other hand, they make ruin your day.
Yeah, but if I vaguely recall, they just targeted the first thing that came on screen. Now it seems like they're actively trying to destroy missiles before anything else. Handy.
It's hard to say. One thing I do appreciate, though, now that I'm actually remembering, The original shield for this ship and all the other destroyers was actually the Lanius cruiser shield, but as I quickly became to realize, I just thought that looked kind of weird. I mean, when I looked at all the cruisers, I realized that their shield ellipses are more trying to be as close to the ship as possible, without being too close. They still try to encapsulate the weapons that your ship has, but basically, yeah, they just follow the general contour of your ship. So in this case, I thought, well, okay, let's just go ahead and give them new shields. So in this case, the destroyers had a very almost a perfect circle. Actually, it was 511 pixels by 513 pixels, so nearly a perfect circle, pretty much.
And we're dead. It was too beautiful.
But
Well, that was.
I want Gibbs. I'm still a bit behind. Okay, now let's see what they look like. Oh, that's nice.
Well, once you get the Gibbs right, you usually keep them right because you just use the same settings for everything. But anyway, that was good. I got pretty
Yeah,
far.
that was actually a pretty good run for the most part, for a first run anyway, or a second run in this case, but wherever the case is.
Second one because I once again restarted after encountering my fifth AI ship again. Well, guess we're gonna cut it here for that one. Probably gonna make it 2 episodes, but yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you're still enjoying the series. Feel free to show support by commenting, liking, and or subbing if you haven't already. Thank you, Federation Scum, for joining me once again.
No problem.
I'll see you guys on next episode to finally wrap this mod up, because there's 4 of them, not 3. Bye, everyone.
Indeed. See.